where he's on about 5G.
Here we go, right, I've got you now. Okay, so Mark, right, it was a great talk last night, and a big support here for your case this morning. Could you just sort of fill me in a bit? Is it something to do with you harassing councillors? What is it basically?
No, what you're going to see in the court today, obviously I can't prejudice the court case, but
yeah.
after we do, you'll see that there was a lot of evidence that...
Oh, this is not live, by the way. Right?
All right, oh no,
yeah,
well,
no,
for later on.
Yeah,
the best thing, what I've got to be really careful, I've got to be careful of prejudicial cases.
Yeah.
People have to be here today, that's why I've got as many supporters, so that what we can do, we can actually show what's actually happened. I was actually found guilty with Section 4, where there was a lot of, let's say, the evidence, let's say, is not correct. So consequently, we're here to test that evidence today and an appeal against my conviction and sentence. What people are going to see today is absolutely unbelievable, and what they'll see is this was a Section 4. Now people have to ask themselves the question, why would fabricated evidence be brought into a court by authorities, right, on a Section 4? And I'll tell you why. Because 5G is an indictable crime, and they are trying everything to cover it up. So trying to gag me, trying to discredit me. They've got agents around the country saying all sorts of ridiculous things about me, specifically to stop the fact that the local authority where we are, I can show that 400 people have been murdered by this technology. Now people go, can't I believe it? I was talking in an interview with Barry Trower. Barry Trower, another weapons expert. Barry will tell you this is genocide, and we've had 400 people that they cannot account for who've died prematurely in the gated area. Absolute fact. We've got the statements, that government data, they cannot refute it.
Yeah. So what we're getting at is we want to take control of this technology, right? We don't want. We're not Luddites, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, look, I'm using
absolutely.
Myself.
I'm a technologist. I'm an absolute technologist, right? What I don't agree with is killer technology. All technology has to go through what's called a product development cycle, and in that cycle, you look at safety standards. You cannot build products that harm people. Like electric cars. I mean, I've never, these electric cars are tested immersion 30 minutes max. So you've got taxi drivers in London, Glasgow, Birmingham, Liverpool, all being basically forced into driving electric cars, and those electric cars will reduce their life expectancy. When have we ever allowed technologies to harm people? We did it with asbestos, with massive mistakes, said I'd never do it again. These transmitters are uninsurable to harm. So how are they getting away with rolling them out on top of street lighting right across the country? LED street lights have been shown, they are experimental, they're not safe. They've been shown in Barcelona study. A significant number of institutions in Barcelona have shown a doubling in breast and prostate cancer from LED streetlights. These are the blue phosphor-coated pulse modulated LEDs, not the ones in your house, not the ones in your screen. These are lethal. They've been allowed to come into the streets.
These pulses, right? They have effects on your psychology,
your skin, damage your cellular function. As you saw the pictures last night at the talk. This is all substantiated in science. How are we paying these public servants? Servants, that's what they are. We pay their wages to try and harm us. What's going on?
Something Ian said last night was, have you noticed on the motorways, right? We used to have these sodium lights that were very tall and spread apart. And driving back from your talk last night, I just noticed that going back to Stockton, there's the big tall sodium lights. Then all of a sudden they're close together and they're low down. They've been planning this for decades, haven't they?
Absolutely.
It's 20 past 10.
Yeah, we've got to get in.
All right then. Okay, good luck, Mark.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Oops. So there he goes.